party people, internet Googlers. Internet Googlers, I dig it. Greg Koch here. I've got my microphone on because that's important. Because if I didn't, you wouldn't. I'd be going. And that
is mine on?
Yours is. We're good. We're communicating. It's right on your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm here with Tony Franklin, bass player extraordinaire, fretless monster, if you will, indulger in fiendish low-end activities. Currently with Kenny Wayne Shepherd. And the first time I saw you play, I was 18 years old. The year was 1985. February of 1985. And Milwaukee County Arena with The Firm.
That's right.
And
Mr. Page and Mr. Rogers.
Yes, and I was in great trouble with my parents because I just started going to college, and I told them I got to come home because it was a weeknight, and I've got to go see Jimmy Page and his band, The Firm. And they're like, no way. So I had to come down in a clandestine fashion and stay over at a friend of mine's house so they wouldn't know.
Good man.
And you know, rock and roll is all about rebellion, right? And I'll never forget the stage being dark, and all you saw was the cherry of Jimmy Page's cigarette. And I'm like, there he is. The lights went on. And then off it went. And then Page did that thing where he took the cigarette off and went over his shoulder, then kicked it with the back of his foot, and then went into it. I was like,
he practiced that for many hours in production rehearsals.
oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
It was magnificent.
It was a choreographed move.
Indeed. Well, It was not for the faint of heart. I was
course.
like, that is rock and roll incarnate. So, that was the world's first exposure to one Tony Franklin. And then you did many things afterwards. You did everything from the Blue Murder thing. I had that record.
Yes.
And then you did some white snaking, did you not?
I toured with Whitesnake, yeah. We did everywhere except America. South America, Japan, Russia, and, Europe, and it was cool. You know, there was in '97 with Adrian Vandenberg and Denny Carmassi on drums. Yeah. Now, that was a lot of their bluesy stuff because before the '87 album came out, they were pretty much like following off of the Deep Purple kind of mold. So it was, we played a lot more of that material, and so that was cool. I enjoyed that.
Did you do Burn?
No, I didn't do any Purple stuff, but that would have been cool.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been
That's
cool.
a good jam. Now, did you play with Roger Waters? Or no?
No. Well, he's the bass man, so you think of David Gilmour.
Correct. Oh, yeah. Duh. You know what? You don't.
There's too many troublemakers around here.
But you know what I meant.
I did know what you meant.
You knew where I was going.
Yes. I knew what you thought you were going to try to say.
You're right.
Yes.
And there was some rumorage about you pinking and floyding at one point.
I was going to be floyding pinking, yes. It was, that's a long, complicated story.
Would you have talked to me now if that happened? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's hard to say.
It is?
It is hard to say, but...
You might be held up in some castle somewhere, being waited on by buxom... Never mind. We're not going to get into that.
It is a long story. I was actually on the short list of 3 guys to do the Pink Floyd gig. It was the Delicate Sound of Thunder. After Roger Waters moved on, and David Gilmour, they got the Pink Floyd name back. And I was on the short list of 3 guys. It was Pino Palladino, Tony Levin, and myself.
Yes.
The other 2 guys couldn't do it. I had signed a contract with Blue Murder literally 3 days before that point, and they weren't going to let me go off and do Pink Floyd. So instead of pink, I went with blue.
Indeed. Well, it was still in the color spectrum.
Yes, exactly. But you know, it was difficult. But you know, you get over it. That was my drinking days. So
you're like,
so it was cool. It was cool. But you know, in hindsight, life takes you on directions and paths that you don't always anticipate. But it actually turned out for the best, as life always does. Even though it was difficult to accept that at the time. It's like, wow, I literally had to call David Gilmour and tell him, I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to do this. It was heartbreaking. I'd done a gig with him and Kate Bush like 3 weeks before that.
Okay.
One-off thing. We'd done a version of Running Up That Hill, Kate's song, and it was great. You know, and David likes the fretless bass. He actually plays very well himself.
Yes.
Plays a lot of fretless on the Pink Floyd albums. And so it would have been great, but it wasn't meant to be.
It was not meant to be.
But who knows? I mean, it brought me to America, it brought me to my wife and to my life now, and ended up, cleaning up and getting my life together because of everything that happened beyond that point. Who knows what would have happened during the Pink Floyd thing,
One never knows.
One can only just accept the way that life points us.
Indeed. Now, the first time we got to play together was, I believe, here at some kind of Fender soiree.
No, it was not, I don't think. Or was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
No, it was at Crossroads.
That's right, we played at the Crossroads Festival.
And indeed, we played, to segue back to the opening dialogue, we played a version of Closer.
Yes.
The middle section.
And it was extemporaneous because
we didn't know what the heck we were going to do.
You were supposed to play with George Lynch. It was supposed to be George Lynch, you, and Todd Zuckerman.
Weren't we supposed to do a clinic? That was actually labeled a heavy metal clinic.
Right. And then...
in front of about 5,000 people. We'd not met before, and we kind of talked it over and said, do you know this? And we did.
Yeah.
And we did it. And we talked about it. And then didn't George Lynch join us at some point?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
He did not. We had to do it because he was nowhere to be found.
But that was...
that was good, clean fun.
That was, yeah, absolutely. It was fun.
It was good times. And then you end up working for SWR for a while.
Fender, yes. Fender SWR. I was handling all things bass.
Indeed. And then now, Kenny Wayne Shepherd for the last several years.
4 years been touring with him on and off, and lots of other things too. As you know yourself as a musician, you have to be diverse.
Yes, many balls in the air.
Yes, plates spinning, some of them will break, but you just keep on going. You have to be so versatile and flexible and just keep on these days. And no shortcuts for that. It's a 24-hour job, isn't it?
Right, it is, but it's fun, right?
It really is.
What else are you going to do?
Well, you're playing music. What could be more fun? So
exactly.
I just try to be thankful and just be...
and continue the rocking.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, last time I saw you was at the Experience Hendrix thing, which was very cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Got
good group of fellas on that.
Yeah, I got to jam with Jimi Hendrix tunes playing with Zakk Wylde.
Yeah.
And Dweezil Zappa and Robbie Krieger and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, of course. So that was a lot of fun.
Indeed, absolutely. That was a good time.
So,
well, thanks so much for talking. Always a pleasure seeing you.
Absolutely, Greg.
And I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes, indeed.
Here at the Fender booth, NAMM 2015, with Wildwood Vision, as we're calling it. We'll see you cats later.
I just pulled this off. Thanks
That's all right.
so much. There it is.